In a world where there's lots of turmoil, lots of evil, lots of negativity, I'm here to spread the message to say that this year there's a lot of very good things on the horizon. There's lots of things to be super excited about that's happening this year. And, with all of like these political dramas and all these things that are kind of shaping a lot of people's lives and taking up a lot of people's time, and people are very worried about every day, I'm here to give a little bit more of a positive message, talking about the good that is going to happen this year, the many amazing things that are kind of on the calendar set to happen this year. And it's going to be a great thing, so it's something to be super excited about rather than, fearful of all these other crazy things. Unfortunately, when it comes to, political dramas and wars and suffering all over the world, there's nothing you can really do as the individual person. So you have to focus on the good things and use the good things to power yourself into a better life, to a more fulfilling life. If you're so focused on all the negativity, all of this, all of this noise, vast majority of it is noise, then you're just gonna kind of find that you're living a life filled with more negativity and more anger all the time. So instead of being filled with anger, be filled with good moments. Rejoice, because this year there's gonna be a lot of great things on the horizon. So I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna start off with sports. For sports fans, it's so good. It's such a good year. Obviously, you got the NHL, NFL, NBA seasons. They're going. Like I don't follow those that much, but there's a lot of people that follow those. I have a friend who is really getting into the NBA for some reason. I don't know how, but like he's being very engaged by basketball, so he's finding a new sport that he loves, which is great. That's great. For me, that sport was baseball. And when it comes to baseball, you have the World Baseball Classic coming up in March, which is basically the World Cup for baseball. They have international baseball. I didn't even know. It's gonna be so fun, and I'm super excited for it. And obviously, you're gonna go through the baseball 2026 season where there's a lot of drama, a lot of storylines after what happened last season, and it's gonna be super cool. And as for soccer, for real football, you have the playoff games for the World Cup. We see who gets to qualify and who doesn't at the end of March, and then you have the World Cup itself coming up in the summer. I might make a video in the future about how I don't really like what's going on with this World Cup, but that might be a separate topic. Regardless, it's always going to be fun. It's always going to be entertaining to watch the World Cup because it only comes around once every 4 years, right? So of course it's going to be very fun experience, very fun thing to watch, fun times. And obviously the playoff games as well. You get to see who qualifies, who doesn't qualify, and of course throughout the season as well. There's obviously so many narratives. Like there was a game, if you follow soccer, there's a game that happened. I think it was on Tuesday, no, maybe Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday. Dude, like it was Newcastle versus Leeds, and it ended 4-3. It was the most chaotic, most intense, most just exhilarating game of football. That of course it ended with like 102nd minute winner, and it's like, dude, this is just a random game in the middle of the season. Imagine how amazing the big games will be. This is a random game in the middle of the season, and it's so entertaining, so incredibly good. So it just reminds me of why this sport is so amazing. And then, of course, you also have all, your Champions League final, all that type of stuff, right? The title races in all the leagues, whatever league you follow. So, in terms of sports, there's a lot going on. It's probably more than most years in the world of sports. So, be happy, right? Rejoice in the fact there's so many things to be excited about. You can get that entertainment. You can spend time with friends and family and watch the games and cheer for your favorite teams and feel that exhilarating rush when your team scores a goal or hits a home run or does whatever, right? Whatever sport you choose to watch, whatever thing you're more inclined to look towards. So there's a lot of stuff for sports fans, for athletes out there that is going to make this year a very, very great, very fun, very exciting year in the world of sports. And as for like gaming community, right? You have GTA 6, which is apparently going to come out this year. This is going to be probably like the biggest game, simply put. Like I don't really think it's going to be like the best thing ever. I think there's going to be issues inevitably, but I think it's still going to be super fun. And I think many people are going to get spend a lot of time in that game because, well, there's the gaming fanatics, and they do what they do, but it's still something to be happy about. It's still something to look at and be like, wow, like this is this is a good time, right? It's a good time. We're gonna be eating well, with the game. And I'm sure there are many other great things on the horizon as well. Like, Pokemon's supposed to be coming out with their Generation 10 kind of anniversary type of game, so they're supposed to be very good. And a bunch of other, I'm sure there are a bunch of other things that are kind of in the works being planned to release in 2026, and it's going to be something good. As for movies, I'm pretty sure 2025 was a pretty slow year for the movie community, but I think there's a couple of good ones scheduled to come out this year. Like, there's going to be a couple of big blockbuster hits that will probably be very good. So for the most part, in like the entertainment sector side of the entire world, there's a lot of amazing things happening. There's a lot of great things to be excited about. And I, for one, am super hyped. I'm super hyped for the World Baseball Classic, for the World Cup. For GTA 6, not so much because I'm probably not going to play it, but still, it's still something. It's still big news. It's still something that's significant and real, and people are really excited to go and see it and go and play the game, right? I'm not a big movie guy. That's why I don't really know what what specific movies are coming out this year, but I heard from people that there are going to be some good ones. So the main message is that really there's all of this, there's the current, talk of war and all this stuff, and it's like it gets overwhelming, right? It gets overwhelming when you're constantly focused on the negativity, political news. The news is now everything, you never hear anything in the news that is good, right? You never hear some beautiful news story about something that happened. No, it's always, the end of the world. This guy's evil, bombing countries and whatever else, right? Whatever, the lot of it. I'm not going to get too deep into that, but the point is too many people are focused on all of these negative things. Let's bring it towards the positive. Let's bring it towards the fact that, not only are there very amazing things that are on the horizon that are going to be happening this year that we can all experience and have a good time spending time with, with people this year. It's also a good time for us to reflect and for us to truly make this year a good year for each and every one of us individually. As I said before, I said in my predictions videos that I do believe that more than ever people are going to find their beliefs in God and they're going to increase faith in God throughout the year more so than it was in 2025. That's also a super beautiful thing. It's a super positive thing that more and more people, they're finding that what is going on in this world is not enough to satisfy, to fulfill us, because it's all flawed. There's lots of evils. The only true good and the real truth comes in the works of God and the works of the Lord Jesus Christ. More people are going to figure that out as we go along through the year, and I believe that truly, because in 2025 there was already big numbers for people converting and rekindling their faith. I think in 2026 it's going to be even bigger. So that's another super positive, super great thing to look towards, because again, the more people that are focused on the good, that are focused on the positive things, that are focused on the things that are truly exhilarating and fulfilling and amazing and awesome in this world and in this life, rather than all of the negativity that, the noise that comes from the whole like political scene and all this stuff, the better the world will be. And that's what I truly believe. The better the world will be, the more happier the average person will be every day. And that's a super good thing. So be excited. Be excited for the great things on the horizon this year, because there are a lot of great things coming up this year. Again, in entertainment and just in general, in your individual lives. There will be so many amazing things this year. So be positive, stay positive, and don't look to all the negative stuff. Try and stay away from the news. Try and stay away from politics. Try and focus on what you need to do to live a great 2026 and beyond. So I'm just going to do a little quick shift here. We're kind of nearing the end of this episode. I'm going to be talking a little bit about me personally, what I'm going to be doing, what my plans are going forward for the near future. So as for this show, I think as I'm getting closer to the big things coming up in my life, it's going to be more football, soccer based. I'm going to probably be a little bit more specific on those topics and talking about, training routines, training plans, working out. This is stuff that a lot of you people are here to watch. I'm actually going to kind of hone in and focus more on that stuff, because I am going to do something super big in the coming weeks, and I'm going to continue pursuing my football dreams and football goals So as I'm doing that, the episodes will be a little bit different. They'll be kind of reflecting on my days, reflecting on the training sessions that I'm doing, things that I've done well, things that I've done bad. It's going to be more like direct. It's going to be more kind of personal for a little bit. Coming up in the next couple weeks, you'll start to see that as I'm going through and doing what I'm doing, trying to be a pro footballer. You'll be seeing the actual specifics of that journey, and you'll be kind of, you'll be getting like an insight, like a little light. You get to be the fly on the wall as I'm pursuing these things, so that you can see what these things actually look like in real time. So that is the basic plan. I think it's gonna be super exciting for what this show is gonna be for the next few weeks. It's gonna be super exciting. It's gonna be super good. As I'm pursuing my things, I kind of will bring you guys along for the journey. It's gonna be less podcasty, more again, as I said before, more so like reflecting on things that I'm doing, things I did bad, things I did well, kind of training routines, training plans, what I'm doing, like specifically how I'm training to to make it happen. So that's going to be like my personal plan for the next few weeks, and then beyond that it depends on what happens, right? Beyond that it depends on if I make the team, if I make it pro or not. So these are some good things on the horizon for me in my life. I'm sure there are many amazing things in your lives as well, so focus on those as well. But you get to be a part of the journey, and I invite you to be a part of the journey. So if you haven't yet subscribed, send it out to your friends, let them know. I'm sure there are so many great things that I'm going to be sharing with you guys, many great insights, many great teachings to help you guys improve in your journeys and in your physical, if you're an athlete pursuing things, improving in your physical training as well. That's what these next few weeks are going to be more so focused towards. So, as I said before, subscribe, follow if you're watching on Spotify. And thank you for watching this video. Thank you for watching this podcast. Thank you for the support so far. Things are looking good. They're looking good not only for me in my life, for the future of this show, but also for your lives, for this world every single day. There are many great things to look at, be thankful for, and be excited for. So rather than looking at all the negativity, rather than looking at all of the noise that's going on all over the place, focus on the positives, focus on the good things, focus on what you can control to truly live a happier life each and every day.